Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to Aurora Park, and possibly the final update video for Aurora Park. Yes, it is complete. We have finished it. I don't know if you follow me over on my Twitch channel, which the link is down in the description. We've been streaming this for, at the time of my recording this video, for about the last month and a half, trying to wrap it up and sort of in preparation for Planet Zoo, just because I know I'm going to be playing a ton of Planet Zoo, and I didn't want this park to kind of just sit and be forgotten. I haven't forgotten about it, I just haven't done anything with it for a while, so I was like, you know what, I just need to force myself to complete it, and so I was doing that on stream, and so yeah, so let's take a look at what we have done lately on stream. So this may look familiar to you. This is the sort of crossroads, if you will, of the park that kind of splits off into the four different areas of the park. I wanted to do something here because it wasn't all that interesting to look at. It was just the path here was basically like it just kind of split off into four different directions, and it just wasn't all that interesting to look at. So made this sort of like little plaza kind of area, and I think it turned out pretty cool. Initially what we were going to do is we were going to actually have this middle pillar be like a signpost basically, so it would say, you know, Smuggler's Den this way, Tropical Gardens this way, but then we decided to use the old sink the signs into, you know, another piece of scenery, so you get that cool little effect where it looks like it's just like placed right on top of, you know, another piece of scenery. And I think it turned out pretty cool. It's not like anything too fancy, or I don't know, nothing too over the top, but I think it's just right for Aurora Park, honestly. Like, it just, I don't know, it's fitting. And then it even looks cool at nighttime. Let me go over here and go to nighttime. So, of course, you can see the signs here, Smuggler's Den, a Tropical Garden, and then we have some neon signs kind of sunken down into the pavement as well. And I don't know, it's just, it turned out pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how the plaza, I don't know what you want to call it, plaza, crossroads kind of little thing, but yeah, it turned out really good. It's exciting. I think it looks cool. Another big addition to the park is way back here. So we added, for the longest time, this little corner was pretty empty. So we added the star wheel here, and then added this cool little building, which fits in with this whole middle section, which is like sort of that cyberpunk kind of theme. But it looks pretty cool. It's like, it's meant to look like the star wheel is actually like attached to the building. I wish you could remove supports on flat rides like you could on coasters and things, because it would be cool to remove these supports and make it look like it's just connected to the building. And then I also like how we have the little tunnel here where the monorail goes through. And of course we always pay a lot of attention to the lighting, especially in this park, being that it's a sci-fi park. Oh, and there goes the monorail now, going right through. And it's cool, like, the monorail, like, just barely fits through here, which is pretty cool, I think. Because it looks like it might be too narrow, but it actually, believe it or not, is just big enough to get through. So yeah, this is the Star Wheel building here. And then we just made like a little plaza here, and made like a little rest zone. Kind of, there was just, I don't know, there was blank space in this spot, like around where the queue is. And I was like, oh, you know what, let's just put a couple benches in there, and we'll call it the rest zone. And that's what that is. The other thing we've done is over on this side. So you may also remember, you know, there goes monorail again. But this little corner as well has been blank, you know, kind of for the longest time. Like this was the last building here, and then the only thing here was the monorail track. So kind of building up around the monorail track was kind of interesting and a little bit of a challenge. But we added a second hotel in the park. So, you know, we have the hotel in the front of the park on the Main Street area, and so we have another one back here. And again, this is the Smuggler's Den area, so kind of keeping with that gritty Star Wars Fallout futuristic vibe. And again, I'm pretty happy with how this whole area looks. It's just, it comes together really, really well. Yeah, and then so, you know, this whole middle section, like I said, if you've been following this series, it took me so long to build up this middle section because I just didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. And building it on stream definitely helped me force building. And I don't say force like I don't think it's bad. I love it. I think it turned out awesome. You know, so I feel like streaming it and doing it live kind of forced me to it forced me to build it up, and it turned out really, really good. Like, I'm super happy with it. I love this roller coaster, which is called Pulse, how it's like super interactive with the scenery. We have the 2 loops here, and then it goes back down here, and it just, I don't know. I think this whole area turned out really, really cool. And like, we have this little corner here. Centrum. Not a lot of people ride this ride. It's not the most popular, but it's cool. It's like just tucked back in there. It's like a little classic vintagey ride, which is why I also added like the little rocket ship sign and the atom sign there, because I feel like those are very vintage sci-fi looks. And then, you know, also because this is an Arctic park, you know, we tried to kind of make it look like there's mechanics in place that distribute heat around the park. So all throughout the park, you'll see all kinds of like these pipes and everything, and little steam vents. So like, we have these pipes here. Oh, there goes that autosave. You know, I love autosave. And then I kind of took the rock terrain and kind of painted it ever so slightly under the pipes, because I figured they're pipes distributing heat, so maybe they like kind of melt the snow a little bit, so that's why you get like a little bit of the rocky texture under those. I did the same thing over here as well. So we have more of these pipes and the vents, and again, like the snow is kind of melted away a little bit there. Just a cool little effect, I think, kind of adds to the whole vibe of the park, being that it's a Arctic park. Although you would never know it, because you see people walking around in shorts and t-shirts, but hey, you know, we try to live up to the illusion. And then if we just take a look at the whole area at nighttime, because it just looks, especially the middle section here with just all the neon, and again, just kind of that cyberpunk, super futuristic, like bright neon look to it. Especially like if we come down here, like doesn't it look, I think it just looks so cool. Like if we look back the other way, it looks cool too. So needless to say, like I'm really, really happy with how this middle area turned out, especially because it's really what slowed up finishing the park. Is I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with it, and you know, streaming it helped with the help of, you know, everybody who's watched the streams and providing suggestions and feedback, and it It's super, like, I love it. The Star Wheel looks super cool. If we want, you could like come in here, go into the dome, and it's all of a sudden it's like super vintagey, and there's trees and flowers, and you're like, whoa, where am I? But then you kind of look out and you see like the neon lights and everything shining everywhere. Star Wheel looks super cool from here. But yeah, I mean, that's that is what we have done since the last video. And like I said, the park is done. I can't think of anything else that I really would want to do with it. There may be some like small details here or there I might add throughout the park before actually posting it up on the workshop. But yeah, it'll be on the workshop here pretty soon. And I'll also do sort of like we'll do like a walkthrough video as well, kind of looking at each area and doing the old walking like guest level and just looking at everything. And yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much all we have for the update this time. So hopefully you guys are excited about this park, excited to see it up on the workshop and finally be able to download it for yourselves. Like I said, it'll be, at the time of my recording this, it should be up hopefully within like a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half. And then it's Aurora Park will be out there for you guys on the workshop. So yeah, so be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.